Welcome back to Film Feature 43. Today we're going to talk about another remake review, and we're going to talk about the first episode of the new Disney Channel Plus series, Mighty Ducks Game Changers.
Quack, 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 quack.
So it's all the rage nowadays to make a remake series out of an old property from the 1980s and 1990s. If you think about Saved by the Bell or Boy Meets World or Fargo or even Karate Kid being made into Cobra Kai, it's kind of a big pull-in for audiences of that nostalgia to come back for a property that you've known since you were a kid or a young adult. Why not reboot one of the best pal around with your buddy films from the 1980s and 90s, right up there with Goonies and Little Rascals and Little Giants? I would say it's probably the second best in this category next to Sandlot. Why not reboot the Mighty Ducks? So in comes Mighty Ducks Game Changers. From my childhood, I know I watched the Mighty Ducks a lot growing up, and we get into this series, and guess what? The Ducks are the bad guys now. They're the big, tough-to-beat team, kind of like the Icelandic team from the second film, and you get this Gilmore mom who is always working and always late taking her son to practice, and her son's just not that good to begin with. He's small, and he gets cut from the team. The Ducks have come a long way since Bombay was their coach. They actually win every year in the state tournaments, and instead of having fun, like the lesson we learned in Film 1, and Film 2, and Film 3, the coach says, we're not here to have fun, we're here to win. So after her son gets cut from the team, the mom wants to make a new team for her son to be a part of.
Let's start our own team.
So she gets little Sean Astin from across the street to be on the team, and they're really struggling to get other players. The mom is trying to find an ice rink, and she's trying, and every ice rink keeps turning her down until she finds this place called the Ice Palace. And she goes in and tries to find the owner, and he's working on a Zamboni. You can't really see him, he's obscured, and then lo and behold, who steps out from behind the Zamboni? That's right, Gordon Bombay is back, baby. From endangering children in the first movie by driving his limousine onto the ice that they're playing on, to emotionally abandoning them in the second movie and learning his lesson, to completely abandoning them in the third movie and practically not even showing up for the whole runtime. He's back and still doesn't want to be their coach. If you've seen the commercials, you've seen this coming. We knew he was showing up. He doesn't like kids. He doesn't like hockey. It's kind of the same character beats we've seen him run so far. I have a feeling he'll change throughout the series like he did in the movies. But as of now, in this first episode, he wants nothing to do with the team. You can kind of see he's in it for the money, so he's reluctantly letting them use his rink. So once they get the rink, they start putting the team together. They have a new kid who owns $900 skates, but when he shows up to the rink, he can't even walk across the ice or skate across the ice. He's so terrible. They have a popular girl who's sick of being popular, a girl who plays Magic the Gathering and is considered a nerd, gamer who's kind of an impenetrable wall. He can't miss. He plays hockey online all the time, and that equates to him having extreme reflexes, and he's going to be their goalie. And you have a daredevil kid who will take any dare, and he's dared to be on the team, so he decides that that's what he's going to do. He's seen throwing himself into a snack machine, so you know that he is able to take a beating, essentially. And you have the one girl who's on the Ducks team, whose parents push her really hard, and she doesn't end up joining the team. I have a feeling that by the end of the series, she'll be on the team, but as of now, she didn't have the guts to take the jump to be on this new team. Now we have the kids of the team, but they still don't have a coach, so kind of what you're thinking is, oh, Bombay's going to be their coach, but it ends up being Bombay, where the mom takes the role of the coach, and together with their
powers combined,
they become the Don't Bothers. That's their team name, and we're set up to go into the next episode. My initial thoughts on the show: what I really loved about the original movies is the sports aspect of it. You got to see the kids playing hockey. and also the kind of camaraderie. I said in the beginning that Sandlot was actually my favorite kind of buddy pal around movie of the 90s. I watched that a lot as a kid. That is kind of the quintessential sports / buddy ensemble film, but the Mighty Ducks kind of has a special place for me because the kids were just being kids. They were able to play the sport and have fun, and that's kind of what every kid wants. They want to be a part of something, want to be a part of a team. So I hope that aspect of the Mighty Ducks 1, 2, and 3 kind of pull over to this, where even though in the beginning it's going to be rough, we know it's going to be rough, I hope it pulls together and the kids can have fun, and we still get to see the hockey be played out. I hope that they develop these kids' characters out a little bit. In the original, you had Cowboy, who was really good, and the kid who could do trick shots, and you had Foggy Nelson on the team, who was the enforcer, and you had Keenan Thompson on the team, who had the knuckle puck, who ended up winning it for him against the Icelandic team. And you had all these kind of a melting pot of characters coming together. You had the team captain and the preppy kid and all these different personalities mixing together underneath Gordon Bombay, who, by the way, Emilio Estevez is a really good actor. If you've ever watched Young Guns or if you've seen the original Mighty Ducks, he can carry a movie if given the chance. So hopefully, if they decide to keep him around and don't take him the Hans route from Mighty Ducks 3 and kind of kill him off for emotional pull, I think he'd be a really good character to have down the road. So who else are we getting in this series? Is Joshua Jackson going to show up? I don't think Goldberg's going to make an appearance for legal reasons. Are some of the old Ducks going to be some of the parents coming up? They'd be in their 20s, 30s, maybe even 40s now. They have a tendency to put kid actors as older teenagers or even young adults, so they could be some of the parents coming up. I hope we get some of those cameos. They don't have to overshadow the characters that we're getting now, but hopefully that we can get just a sneak peek of what happened in their lives after the Mighty Ducks. So that's my review, guys. Let me know what you think about down in the comments. Are you excited for this show? Do you wish they really wouldn't have bothered? Do you kind of wish they would do more shows like this, like Cobra Kai and the Mighty Ducks? Do you want them not to touch your classics, kind of like Sandlot, where they made sequels to Sandlot and they were awful, pretty much retreads? Let me know down in the comments. Make sure you subscribe. I'm going to cover each Sunday. I'm going to try to cover each one of these episodes as they come out. Also, if you're into more Marvel stuff, I have that on my channel. I do remake reviews where I've talked about The Thing and Die Hard, and I plan on doing those in the future. So subscribe and like the video. I put a lot of time into these. I want you guys' feedback so I know what you want to see. Maybe in the future I can do less TV shows and more movies, or more TV shows and less movies, more comics. I'm planning on releasing a comic book adaptation of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, go through the 2020 and 2021 comic book that came out of the same name. So if you are interested in that, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.